So Onision recently came back to sue a few YouTubers, or well, at least threaten to sue them. And let's be honest here, like few things would ruin your week more than to have Onision pull up in a bulletproof vest to sue you for defamation of character when you know very well that this man executed his own character in the public eye. The most noteworthy person that Onision's suing is Trisha Paytas, but we'll get into that a little bit later in this video, because he's also apparently threatening to sue a tea channel by the name of Hot Tea. And the funny thing about this is it appears he meant to send the legal notice to a channel called Hot Tea, which okay, he did do, but he sent it to the wrong channel it seems like, because apparently there's multiple channels by the name of Hot Tea, so whoopsie. But here's the channel Hot Tea showing us what he sent her.
I may or may not be getting sued by Onision. And I say that because I can't tell if this threat is like even real. Let's just get into it. Let me just read you guys this email. I get a email from Onision's manager at gmail.com titled defamation lawsuit : Hot Tea.
I've had that done to me actually by none other than Phantom Lord. If you guys remember him from way back in the day, that was probably one of the first commentary videos I actually made that kind of popped off. That was back when I was covering the whole Phantom Lord CSGO shuffle thing. I don't remember if that was back in 2015 or 2016. It was definitely a hot minute ago, but anyway, he sent me multiple BS emails threatening me that he was going to sue me and take everything from me if I didn't delete my videos. Thankfully, I sent those emails to a YouTube/gaming lawyer by the name of Video Game Attorney, and he confirmed that it was basically an empty threat and probably not written up by a real lawyer. I think the same thing's going on here. Obviously, I can't confirm that, but it kind of seems like that. So if there are other YouTubers watching this, yes, this does sadly happen to commentary channels, which is why it's pretty nice to know a lawyer, and it's also nice to have liability insurance for this field of work. But let's read this email. First reaction, of course, onisionmanager@gmail.com. I swear he owns onision.net. He has his own website and email server, I'm assuming, so why wouldn't he just set up management@onision.net so the email would at least come across way more professional? But the email reads, "Hello, you published media that was an associate with an application that Onision was a criminal, when in fact it was proven by the police/FBI in 2020 that there was no evidence of any crime. Additionally, the only person who made a statement to the police regarding Onision made a clear statement that they were not aware of any crime occurring. This means that the authorities and only witness to what really happened came to the same conclusion, yet your publication implies something else. To be clear and to reiterate the issue, the police, the FBI, and the witness all have the position that there is no crime, yet your publication gives a clear impression that a crime exists. This needs to be corrected. You are receiving this notice as an important to establish when a false statement is published, that the individual or company that publishes said statement is given an opportunity to correct the published defamation. If the notice is sent and the defamation is not corrected, a court case can be easier to win and damage is easier to collect as a result of the other party refusing to take corrective action. Slander/defamation is a serious crime. It destroys lives, and courts often award significant damages to those impacted. Here are examples of individuals who do not correct their slanderous/defamatory statements until it was too late." I mean, to me, it looks like he's just trying to scare her. Also, does he even know where she lives? Does he actually know that she's in the US? Because everything gets a lot more complicated if she's based outside of the US and he's trying to sue her. But here's an update where she claims that he sent a cease and desist to the wrong person.
I didn't mention a crime, which is what he said in the email. So I think Onision served the wrong Hot Tea. I wouldn't even call this a serve. This is just a random sketchy ass email. But either way, I wasn't too concerned about it. Neither was Trisha Paytas. So you know what? We're chilling. We're fine.
This reminds me a lot of the time Onision went to court last time, where the headline was, "One of YouTube's most controversial personalities dropped his lawsuit against To Catch a Predator host after the wrong person was served papers." That's from the time when he sued the wrong Chris Hansen. So he's done this mistake before, but here we are. Apparently he doesn't learn from his mistakes. Trisha also received the same email, but Trisha does not seem worried about it at all. She replied to that on her podcast Enemies, which has since been deleted, so I can give you guys the gist of it. Trisha made her own gossip podcast called Enemies after the downfall of Frenemies. On that podcast, she was really just using it as a similar type of platform as Frenemies, where she was just talking about drama, either going on in the YouTube sphere or in her own personal life. And at the end of one of the podcasts, she included the fact that Onision apparently sent her a cease and desist email. But in this video, she alleges that the email itself came across as very unprofessional and probably not written up by an actual lawyer. Oh, and I actually found a re-upload of it, but it's not the full clip, but beggars can't be choosers. So So here's that.
Yeah, I'm getting sued. I got sent a letter. I was not served. It was to my public email. You published media that was associated with the implication that Onision, in quotes, was a criminal, when in fact it was proven by police/FBI in 2020 that there was no evidence. You have a choice. You can remove any reference to Onision from your publication. You can issue a public statement acknowledging that the police, the FBI, Onision, you're trash. You're lucky that you're irrelevant and that nobody talks about you anymore.
It also looks like he sent the same email to Blair White. So the question is, will this be the last time we hear from Onision, or is he going to claw his way back to infamousy?